Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to this goddamned church. One more
This is our
episode.
third episode in
One
this
more
church.
episode in the church here in Thief the Dark Black Project.
We're off to a great start.
I'm having a day already. Okay,
So
so
am I.
so we've turned off the alarms. We could go steal the chalice. In theory, we still don't actually have the location of that book. And also I don't know how to get into the vault. And I am concerned that the book might be in the vault. That's pretty much the reason that I care so much about the vault in the first place, is I'm worried that the book is in there.
Does someone have the vault key?
You would think that at this point we've attacked basically every important person in the church. So you would think that if somebody had a key to the treasury room, we would have stumbled across it by now. But it's actually entirely possible, I suppose, that it's just on an unconscious body upstairs. You know, I wouldn't necessarily put it beyond me to have knocked a guy out and not have noticed a key attached to his belt. Hey, this is something we didn't read before.
Okay.
Etienne, don't bother too much tomorrow. Just throw lard, cheese, beans, and barley in the cauldron and cook that in one go. We'll add a pinch of salt to bounce the taste of the monk's portion. The acolytes will be able to eat the rest. They don't have the right to complain anyway. The priests seem to enjoy these fricasseed larks with butter. Let's continue. In the meantime, start preparing the mushroom pie for the treasurer and bring him his hippocris. Remember that he offers a little extra from his own purse if we discreetly get him his precious little treats after dark. Okay. Hey, that seems important. Do you know what hippocras is?
No, let me find out. That's hippocras.
CRAS. So, mushroom pie delivered to him after dark.
It is a drink made from wine mixed with sugar and spices, usually including cinnamon, and possibly heated.
Huh. So this is the second piece of writing we've found that suggests some kind of connection between this dude and the pantry, right?
Yeah.
He loves the smell of the larder. The treasure. I wonder if they had. So they're talking about a way to sneak the stuff to him secretly. I'm wondering if maybe there's a passage somewhere that we missed
In the pantry.
or just, you know, a sneaky thing around his chambers.
See, this is usually the case where
This is, in fact, okay, I was gonna say this doesn't look familiar to me at all, but apparently clearly we've been here.
you've been here. Yeah.
This is part of the reason that it's so important to knock people out and leave them all over the place, is it reminds me where I have and have not been. Did you want to start talking so I can interrupt you again?
Yeah. Sounds great. So usually at this point, I 3 episodes into a mission, I would have looked up where things are.
Well, I mean, it's not like we're totally lost. We've been making forward progress the whole time.
Yeah, and these are bigger missions, I think.
Yeah, the maps are certainly, if not actually larger, certainly more intricate at the very least.
Which, I mean, they should be, right? Because the original Thief came out, I don't know, 1995 when it came out.
I don't know. Is more always more? You know what I mean? Like,
no, I'm not talking about but like, I get what you're saying, but
are you ready?
But being more intricate.
This is the kind of heist that only a master can pull off.
Okay, easy.
But being more intricate or being more of the thing, not necessarily bigger, but we people have had a time to figure out how to develop thief level design over the years throughout the community and whatnot. So I would expect them to be very well developed maps and like have a certain what am I looking for? I have words I'm trying to express, but I don't. I'm just gonna shush because I can't quite wordify it. But you know what I mean.
I feel like we were just about to get to the sentence of the part of your sentence where all the meaning is. Are you sure this is where you want to bail? Right before the meaningful noun?
Okay. So you and I watch a lot of movies, for example.
Sure, yeah.
And I watch a lot of older movies. And something you and I have talked about is that the art and pacing of film has changed tremendously over time.
Uh-huh.
So you would expect a film now not to feel like a film from the 30s.
Sure.
So I would expect a level design now to feel different than a level design from 15, 20 years ago. Is what I'm expressing. So I feel like
Yeah, but we're not talking about different. We're talking about, intricacy. We're talking about something specific. And I'm saying I don't think there's any reason necessarily that, like, it represents an advancement in level design for there to be 60% more level crammed into the same space,
yeah.
It is certainly a way of doing things, but I don't know that it's a better way.
It plays into some of the things people like about Thief, the corridors and sneaking around and having places to sneak. Like, we haven't really gotten any like straight combat missions like we did in the first Thief game, where like sometimes it's just not a stealth game, it's just a fight zombies game. And I think, I think ideally the maps in this set should, and so far have, emphasized the things people like about Thief. And try to deliver it on the things in some nostalgic ways and some new ways. We've been here before, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, this is like a different library.
So here's the thing: there are outdoor, like, courtyardy areas that I had been reluctant to go into before because of the density of guards in them and the fact that they're pretty well lit. So it's entirely possible that there are still, like, critical rooms, like the treasurer's office might not be connected to the rest of what we've been doing,
Oh god.
So, yet more exploration. It's not like we're just wandering around in the same hall over and over again. Sagramore, chapter 17 is what that says. And the ancient came back to the shivering and faithful apprentice and said, "Man canst not forge his destiny without pain and the gnashing of teeth, as he is the chisel, the hammer, and the stone, all at once." I remember that issue of Judge Dredd.
Have you read a lot of Judge Dredd?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think I've never read any Judge Dredd. My familiarity with Judge Dredd comes pretty much down to cultural vibes.
Yeah.
The 2014 Dredd film, which is fucking awesome.
This is an amazing film. Yeah.
And the Super Nintendo tie-in video game for the Sylvester Stallone Dredd, which I have never seen in its entirety. But I did play the shit out of that video game.
Okay, so yeah, I've read a lot of the earlier comics. Like when he was hanging around with the robot that had the speech impediment, like that's when I was reading Judge Dredd. No, I wasn't alive when those came out, but you know what I mean. Like I read those issues.
Yeah.
Like first couple years worth.
Yeah, this is for sure. This is all new shit. This is exactly the kind of place that a fancy book might be. I'm stuck. I'm trapped. There's no Amabel.
Okay.
I seem to have
You can't
wiggled.
pick up that book, can you?
No, that's
This
oh.
is a nice price.
Right clicking on it did pick it up, despite the fact that mousing over it didn't light it up. It's a good thing you inspired me to try that again, because that breaks the rules of the UI. Things that you can interact with are supposed to light up when you mouse over them close. I am
Maybe because
still.
you were stuck.
Okay.
Okay.
I had to jump. The secret was jump.
This is making me nostalgic for Pentiment.
I don't know. Maybe it was lighting up, but it was just like faint because the book is all dark colors or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But it didn't seem to me like it was lighting up. And that was, in fact, the book, The Tale of the Stone. That feels very inconsequential. It's just like a random book somewhere, and you don't even get to look at it. And
I think that's because we're on hard. Because
yeah, it's an extra
Yeah.
objective for sure. So we can just leave now. We don't need the treasury, right? Don't
But-
kill any innocents. Just get out of here. Yeah, we don't necessarily need the treasury, and also I don't have any idea how to get at it, and I don't know where the treasurer's office or bedchambers are, but it is actually using the amount of money that we steal in a mission as our budget for the next mission, the way it should be. So, yeah, I am inclined. I'm inclined
figure it
to
out.
try to figure it out for sure.
Okay. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Ow, my dick.
That's
You see that's one of their main strikes. They just come right up between the legs at you. And I get why they do it. It's definitely like if you land a
oh yeah, no. you're-
giant hammer strike on someone like that, is definitely going to confer the lifted debuff. Which, as any MOBA player knows, is a powerful thing.
Oh, that's very good.
Hey, I didn't do this.
No.
Did I? This doesn't seem like me, because I would have stolen those coins when I put the body here. I'm pretty sure that guy was blaming me for a murder that isn't my fault. Rules of conduct inside the sacred abbey of Saint Grimal, the father of boilers. Directed to the faithful attending sermons, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Thou must practice thy faith to the fullest, always to 11, never anything less. Thou must heed the sermons, thou must give generously for the builder's plan, thou must not loiter in the surrounding buildings, thou must not enter forbidden rooms inside the abbey proper. Jesus. Thou must not talk to the priests unless they speak to thee first. Thou must not disturb the guards, forgers, engineers, nor novices. Thou must not disturb the peace of the confessional. Wait, is this not for the novices? I mean, I guess it's for everybody, but feels like, okay.
Yeah.
Feels like generally when they're giving orders, they're giving them to the novices. Thou must not disturb the peace of the confessional. Thou must not yell within the abbey grounds. Thou must not run within the abbey grounds. Thou must not sleep within the abbey grounds. Thou must not drink or eat within the abbey grounds. Unless, of course, it is St. Harkinian's Eve. Obviously. Thou must not be drunk within the abbey grounds, so if you drink a bottle of beer, both you and the bottle are at fault.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not get into their feelings about women. Thou must not indulge in idle talk within the abbey grounds. Thou must not leave junk items within the abbey grounds. Thou must not touch relics, statues, nor machines. Thou must not light candles. Thou must not display pagan imagery. Hey, that one makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Thou must not question the builder's plan. Thou must not withhold offerings for the builder's plan. Thou must not flaunt thy physical attributes. Thou must not wear indecent clothing. Thou must not bring weapons. Thou must not hold arguments nor fight with other attendees. Thou must not bring unruly children during sermons. Thou must not bring animals of any kind. Not even that wicked horse that we made. Thou must not park thy carriage inside the abbey grounds. Thou must not request sustenance, unless thou present a letter of alms and art ready to toil in the abbey grounds for a month.
What the fuck?
Any transgression of one or several of these rules shall result in immediate banishment from the abbey grounds. If any banished person returns to the Abbey grounds, they shall be sent to detention in the Abbey Gaol for 2 weeks. So it is, so shall it be, because forward progress is impossible. What an idea. What a ridiculous idea.
I think these people suck.
I do believe that you are picking up the vibe that is being laid out for you.
Oh, good. I like being media literate.
That looks like a healing potion, but it isn't. Brother Aegeus, the astronomer. Okay, well. Let's help ourselves to the astronomer's cheese.
I love just a big hunk of cheese. That's pretty good.
I know this to be true.
Oh.
Come on.
Yeah.
There we go. I do wish the tapestry thing worked a little bit more consistently. Like you can see here, I'm having trouble getting it to go past the first state.
What if you cut that one down?
Wow.
Oh well.
Too many of the ones that are like hanging over a desk. You have to just climb up on the desk, and that's a little silly. I'm gonna eat that cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, they heard me eat the cheese. Somehow. While I'm at it, I'm gonna consume a loaf of bread and some cabbages. Oh, cabbages are good for you. How about a whole deer leg?
Cabbages are good for you, but you're gonna be feeling it later.
You know, I've never played a thief game, a stealth style game, where your character's like IBS comes into play.
I don't think that most games don't have that, do they?
My prisoner.
No, come on, I can't get off the ladder. This is gonna be such an embarrassing way to die.
Oh, sweetie.
No, the builder's hand
Uh-oh.
smashed thee down.
That's a pretty embarrassing way to die. I just fully missed the sword strike. It's all right. I saved after I ate all that food. No, I didn't. I pressed the button, but apparently, no, I didn't.
Well.
All right, that's fine. This time I was able to avoid getting clonked in the dick. So that's good news.
Yeah.
I can't believe that I heard somebody coming. And I was like, I'll climb up on this thing and surprise him. And then Hume just got completely stuck to the ladder. I couldn't jump off. I couldn't climb up or down. Terrible, terrible way to go. Cheese seems to be worthless as far as health goes. All right, this Thief 1, it's a chance-based system, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a design. Not all chickens can be wall chickens. And it's only if they're raised in a wall that you get the authentic wall chicken experience.
Okay.
I just picked up a scroll. What looks like a new kind of scroll. I think a new item created. Well, you can really tell the difference between like the assets created for the original game and the assets created for the mod. The resolution alone is crazy. Okay, what was that I just picked up? A spirit potion. And a letter on spirit potions. Brother Aegeus, I would like thee to take a look at this potion to confirm if it is indeed heretical as I suspect it is. I have found it sold in a dark shop in North Quarter and am very afeared of its properties. I had mine apprentice drink it, and I was aghast at the result. Indeed, it appears this potion weakens one's tether to the builder's world and turns the drinker invisible as long as they does not move too fast. Surely, such a potion being sold with the dark salt constellation makes its dire appearance isn't a coincidence. I await thy reply. Posthaste.
sweetheart.
Something I love about you is all I have to do, like 80% of the time, all I have to do is say a word kind of funny, and it just absolutely slays you.
It absolutely does. So, have you encountered many games where bathroom needs are part of the game that where the game is not aggressively scatological?
Not really. Some of the like there was a real wave of like rock and stick, crafting survival games a few years ago, and some of those included a need to go to the bathroom in a sort of like a kind of simulationist sense. Hold on, I hear that guy approaching. We're gonna crouch here until I know what's what.
If I remember correctly, those were some of your favorite games, the rock and stick games, right?
Again, jokes are more complicated than just saying a thing that isn't true, sweetie. Boy,
I'm learning.
I'm a little worried this guy might have just choked on his tongue. Did you hear that sound he made when I hit him?
You do hit people in the head with a blunt instrument. Like, most of these people are dead.
Yeah, but as a person who has been hit in the head many times, mostly due to our own incompetence, and I'll accept my role in this. I've never made a noise like that, nor have I ever swallowed my tongue. Is all I'm saying.
Okay. And thank you for the notes on the joke. I am trying. I'm not a comedy genius like you, who has been doing this for years.
A comedy genius, like a person who can say "post-haste." It's good. It's good every single time.
It is.
I came across a person once.
Yeah.
A person that I met in the context of Magic the Gathering. But I was playing against them in a tournament, pre-release tournament, and there was a card in the set. It was a big creature, and I don't remember the full name of the card, but it ended with the word Stomp Howler. Because it was the trick was like it was the name was a reference to a card called Stomp and Howl. It was a creature who does the thing that Stomp and Howl does. So he's a Stomp Howler, Okay, that's cute, right? Whatever. This dude was fucking incensed that I thought it was called a Stomp Howler because clearly, according to the rules of English, that says Stomfowler. And he just would not like. I thought it was a bit at first, but no, he was real serious. So I stopped saying the name of the card, and that is how I resolved that situation. We just got out of that match as quickly as I could.
Did you win?
I don't remember. It's a single pre-release match. What must have been 15 years ago at least.
Oh, I forget. You win so often at games that when you win, it's not a notable event.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to like...
I would remember every time I won a game.
I'm not trying to break my arm, pat myself on the back or anything, but at a pre-release, I was going to win. I was like pretty okay. And pre-releases were, at least in the day, pre-releases were definitely one of the most like everybody come out and play, new player friendly type events. You play against a lot of people who were not going to show up to a Magic tournament for any other reason at a pre-release, and so that's interesting. What a way to make a fire. If you don't have a lot of polygons to work with necessarily.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like we gained a little bit from looking around here, but I'm kind of tired of this chapel.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Somebody out there is certain that there is a problem.
Not save thee.
No, I think it's the stabbing that's going to save me, but the hiding's a good start. Time to... I guess he's back in normal movement mode. We can just get him with one of these.
All right. Well, if you want to skedaddle,
I guess we can look around
the
over
next
there
mission,
because
that's
making money is important. But
yeah,
I'm saying I'm not going to be like a stickler about this treasury area.
Yeah, I understand that. I feel like if we had run across the treasurer's room, which I don't think we
Where
have.
art thou, villain?
I don't believe we have. No. Again, it's entirely possible that he was one of those upstairs dudes, and I knocked him out and just didn't take the key off of his belt or whatever.
Well,
But I
see
feel
nothing
like he
now.
would, because they tell us who the people are, they have their own rooms. I feel like he would probably be in like a labeled room. Is what
Sure,
would make sense to me.
I agree with you.
And we did not encounter that, so either
I
we
don't
missed
have
it
the
or-
I don't have the same level of certainty about this that you do. I think it is well within our ability to have seen a room that has a plaque on the door that says treasurer. And
Okay, that's
Halt. See someone there?
nope. Nobody be there.
Peaceful now.
Yep, it's very peaceful.
and we already checked the larder, the
Can
pantry.
you believe I got away with
for-
that?
I can, and we didn't see any secret passage there.
Right.
I mean, that'd be the two only things I would check would be like the rooms upstairs and the pantry, and
What is this guy's patrol behavior? I want to go over there and clonk him, but I'm really worried he's going to turn around and start walking back here as soon as I move. Because that's a dead end. He's dressed a little unusually, isn't he?
yeah.
Is he wearing a mask? Ugh.
I don't think so.
No, that's a face. Okay, yeah. His outfit's a little
is-
strange, though.
What a dumb face.
Wow. You tell him, Amabel.
That's right.
A broken elevator. Unfortunately, I don't think that our rope arrows would stick in any of these surfaces. It looks like it's all metal and brick. We have a few. We could afford to try it, I suppose. Let's see here. Yeah, 8. What do you think? What do you reckon is the most likely?
I don't know.
I mean, where does this, like, if I were to ride this up...
Yeah.
Okay, so there's like an overhanging platform there. It would get us up onto that ledge. So I guess what I want to aim for is like this crossbeam here.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
That looks like it might even be wood. Or I could hit the roof. I'm not sure where that ended up. I'm going to try to just hit the roof, actually. Because that's a wood texture for sure. That
All right.
just vanished into the dark, did it? It didn't even come back down. Like, where the fuck did my arrow go?
Just down a couple rope arrows.
All right. Well, like I said, I thought that was too high, and it turns out I'm right. There's no way, given the way this level has been designed so far, I'm going to say 0 chance that that's the only way up there.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay,
Check.
this is not ideal.
Thou shalt not hide forever.
It's very well lit here.
Where art thou, villain?
Okay, don't turn this way.
From what what shadow sprang
Shit.
thou, villain? To me, mine brothers, an intruder doth threaten.
All right. I'm gonna get this guy when he comes around the corner. We're gonna get him real good.
Okay.
Or or that's not gonna happen.
One or the other.
Maybe the guy upstairs was also a civilian. I thought the dude upstairs, given the way he was moving, I thought he was a mage. But maybe they all have that seeking animation. Okay, well then I think the thing to do is simply to be somewhere else for a little while and come back. Do you think this is going to take us up to the stairs are so steep that I'm having to do jump climbs? Do you think this is just going to take us up to where that broken elevator went to?
Maybe.
I hear someone humming. Let's get behind some cover. Ooh. Free flash bomb. Yeah, these levels are bananas. So I've worked with DrawMed a little bit, but it was a long time ago. Have you ever really, like... We probably talked about this before, but have you ever really made, like, 3D levels in a...
So the only time I did... was for the PlayStation machine. There was a it wasn't the cool Doom game that you like. That's newer. It was a different, newer Doom game.
Okay.
And it wasn't Doom Eternal. It just was called Doom.
Yeah.
But it's not like the Doom you introduced me to. And they had a level editor there, and I played with it for like 5 minutes before getting bored.
Okay.
That's
Doom
the answer to that
2016.
question.
You can just say Doom 2016. The
I don't know when
2016
it's
Doom
from.
game. Yeah. So, like, the point I'm going to here is I know a little bit about how this stuff works. I played around with Drama, and I made a few levels for Thief. I also did a lot of work in the Unreal editor. I made a lot of Unreal Tournament levels, so I have some, and there's a fairly similar process. So I have some sense of how difficult it is to build these spaces. What we're seeing here is like a phenomenal amount of work. Somebody put so much time and love into creating these spaces. I'm very impressed by it. Master Forger, by grace, does thy forge need us to run all the time? Would it be too much to ask thee to halt it at least 2 nights per week? Thy smelters produce fumes day and night, fumes that conceal the nocturnal skies. How art we supposed to study the hidden knowledge of the celestial vault? Before thou say I am lazy again, let me remind thee that the divine is not only found in labor, but also in study. St. Trinette's Proverbs 6th Psalm, please check it by thyself, if this can make thee step outside of thy foundry. It is very important thou stop interfering with mine work. The vicar of St. Wisemund the Hallowed of the steam turbines sent us a missive in which he said that one of his astromancers saw the dark salt constellation. I hope thou art not ignorant enough as to not know that this constellation is the bringer of bad omens. The last time it was seen was about 50 years ago, just before the Old Quarter catastrophe. Astronomically speaking, a constellation only appearing every 50 years, that feels like some big magic, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, this area is like very lootful. There are many, many good things in this place. Yeah, it's just like a tremendous amount of stuff. Tremendous. Hume, get up on the thing. Okay, looks like there is... Yeah. I feel like that would have been a good place to put a little bit of secret loot, you know? I don't know that it would have made a lot of sense, like, diegetically for there to be a thing there, but from a level design perspective, it seemed like a slam dunk.
how are you feeling about these levels as diegetic spaces? Like, do they have enough verisimilitude for you?
I think that there's a thing that's supposed to be here. Probably there was a plane of hot metal there without the cup that is supposed to be holding it up. Yeah, I mean, I think they make a certain kind of sense. They make enough sense. Yeah, they don't have to be perfect. They just have to like give you the vibe, I would argue, and I think that they are doing that. I think that they are extremely vibeful.
Is that
Right,
so?
hopefully
How
this dude's
important?
gonna come down here and turn right and go back to work.
When everyone else is out running around, when am I going to get my dinner? That's what I would like to know.
How important is that verisimilitude for you in this sort of game? Like, how important is the im in ImSim?
I think it matters a bunch in the sense that like because place is mechanical in meaning in these games, I think it matters that the place, again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to make like full logical sense, but it does. Wow, that guy's head is a weird shape. But I think it does have to, at the very least, contain both the feeling and sort of a thrust at the mechanical, like a mechanical sensibility, because you have to be able to use environments of the element that should, or elements of the environment
Yeah.
that should be there as part of your like puzzle solving and stuff, right? Like the mechanics of the place have to exist so that you can do things like throw something into the hot molten metal or whatever.
So you really couldn't have like a Mario game that was an ImSim. Like, you might have some like cool interactions and stuff, but I don't know, the kind of fantastical bouncy nonsense just doesn't.
Well, I mean, you just have to make the rules of the place sensible and consistent. And they don't have to be the rules of the real world, but if you do make them the rules of the real world, you get a lot of sense and consistency for free, so to speak.
So in that sense, is Super Mario Sunshine an ImSim?
No, what? I figured you were building to some kind of very strange thing to say.
It just occurred to me in this moment, but no, I was not. I was having a legitimate conversation with you.
I have never known this to be true in the past, and I don't believe it.
That's rude.
So I don't know what this switch does. I can't. It doesn't seem to be affecting anything.
I mean, it makes some kind of sound.
Yeah, and it definitely makes like a grinding noise. Like it sounds like a wall is sliding or something. But I don't see... Hold on. It sounds like it's coming from out here. Now I moved this grate aside myself with my hands. I'm gonna hit it again and come over here real quick. Yeah, there's definitely like a door or something that's being powered by that. But I do not immediately see it.
Can you read the note that's on the table?
Yeah. Oh, it's all right. It's one of those ones you pick up for later. Which I hate a little bit because now I have to guess which one it is. A complaint? Yeah, okay. Master Forger Reynaldus, twice has the reliquary alarm rung yester while I was reading an important prayer book in the central library, and when it finally stopped, I could hear muffled laughs coming from the corridor. And what didst I spy when I looked away from my studies? Two of thy forgers walking away. Thou wouldst be wise to discipline thy workers and scold them so they do not play with the controls. And may I remind thee that the church's basement itself is forbidden to forgers during the day. They have no right loitering near the alarm control room. Okay, so this is telling you where the control room is.
Yeah.
If you were to come in... Oh, it's okay. It's a little panel here. I would love to be able to see what I'm looking at. Okay, so we picked up a different book that's worth money.
Okay.
I mean, it's an ornate looking book. Nope, this doesn't operate that. It's only operated by the book. It's going to be something really obvious, something that we've seen. And there's going to be people in the comments who are mad at me for not.
Not going to be mad at you.
They're going to be mad at me. Amabel, I've been doing this a long time. I've been yelled at for a lot of weird shit, some of which I didn't even do. And much of which was correct to do.
So I'm going to propose a new rule.
Okay.
And that's everyone be cool to my girl. Nobody be weird or mean. Like, we already have a rule around these parts, which is don't be weird about Rain World. And that's specific, but we also could use that, as a more general, metaphorical sense.
In the sense that into every life some rain must fall.
Rain World must fall.
All of our worlds are rain worlds.
Yeah.
And so do not be weird about them. Brethren, due to the forger's lack of discipline and disdain for wisdom, be thou advised that the key to the alarm control room from now on, possession of Father Fabricius. Due to your hatred of thinking. Okay, this...
I mean, it does set up a real jocks and nerds kind of vibe.
This is familiar. We have been in that pantry before. Yep, and this is the reliquarian. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the treasury. We're just going to.
All right, we'll just get going. Okay.
We'll just get going. I'm here 42 minutes into the episode.
I appreciate you looking around more. We definitely need the money, and if we had come across the thing, it would have been really gratifying. But
yeah, we got some cool stuff. All right, the front gate is. Why did I even press M? Like it was gonna help. I've already forgotten how I got to the place that we were just in. Okay, here's the courtyard. I think this is the front gate. Yeah. Well, I could just jump him. How about this?
all right.
He doesn't currently see me.
To arms against the wreaker of havoc. Builder, aid thy
Holy
servant.
shit, dude.
To me against this threat.
Criminy.
They have too many hit points.
They make him tough. The builder makes him tough.
How many murders do you think you've done?
Oh, it's an interesting question. Well, more than one by a bunch. Probably like 20. What do you think? How do you think about? What do you feel about 20?
Yeah, no, 20 sounds about right. Let's see what we got here.
13 kills.
Okay.
And some knockouts,
24. That's a lot of knockouts.
The thing is, I don't know. Is this right? I wonder if some portion of the others killed are count. I don't know. It doesn't feel to me like we knocked out that many more people than we killed. I did a lot of killing.
Dead.
In any case, we did. We were 65% over the loot threshold that we needed. That's gonna buy a lot of healing potions that I will need every one of.
Let the man-fools dig the ground and keep piling their dead. Let the rotting corpses nourish the earth. Let the forgotten grow the vine between earth and stone. Let the vine reap what the man-fools have sown.
It appears my new employer is pleased with my success, and now wants me to get him another trinket. Rumor has it, a fabled ruby known as Aldria's Demise was buried with its eponymous owner in a complex of catacombs and vaults deep below Stone Market. The place was condemned decades ago after it fell to ruin and became haunted, and no one dares to go except corpse dodgers, and maybe a few would-be tomb raiders. It would be wise to get my hands on some holy water if I want to avoid complications. Victoria managed to find a raw sketch of the place from the original Hammer plans. I have no idea if it's accurate, since it was one of many possible variations of the final construction. Knowing the Hammerites, the place is probably rigged and filled with all manner of traps to dissuade plunderers such as myself. I'd better be cautious and tread softly. Since these tombs were built for wealthy merchants, there's bound to be riches down there. Let's hope the competition didn't make off with them before I get there. I don't like this. I'm risking my neck for some stone I'm not even sure is there, and I can't bail out like any sane person would. This ordeal won't be easy.
Now, if you want to really impress me, we should play this level as Lara Croft.
Okay.
Period appropriate Lara Croft with like the 3-polygon torso. And so we're here to explore the catacomb complex under Stone Market and procure the fabled ruby Aldria's Demise. I don't think you should try to acquire a thing that's named anybody's demise.
Yeah.
One of the heirs to the Norrequire merchant family is after a necklace inlaid with sapphires, supposedly kept by one of her long-dead ancestors. Okay, so find fancy necklace. The Stone Market merchants interred here don't need their riches anymore. They won't mind if you rob the tombs for at least 1,200 worth of valuables. Although your stay in Stone Market will be brief, you still don't need to kill. Listen, I know you're only going to be here overnight. But remarkably, that doesn't make murdering innocents any more okay. Okay, and just come back to where you started. Seems easy enough, I guess.
So 2 things.
Yeah.
First, it really came... I'm not trying to be critical, but it really came across in that cutscene how much we're getting, like, direct-to-DVD Garrett.
Yeah.
Which has a certain charm in and of itself.
Dan Castellaneta as the genie. And it's it's still Dan Castellaneta, but also it's not Robin Williams.
Like, you might remember from another recording we did that, they made more than one Darkman movie, but they recast the Darkman. Which, that's fine, but, like, you're not going to get the same vibe, right?
Wait, don't the flash bombs kill undead? Isn't that a thing we figured out?
Maybe? I can look that up.
I don't know if you should look it up, but
Okay.
I bought fire arrows because I was like, I remember these fucking up the undead in a very serious way. But actually, we could buy 3 flash bombs for the price of 2 fire arrows. Maybe that's a better way to do things.
Ooh, mines. Mines are good.
The mines are even more expensive than the fire arrows, which is wild because a fire arrow is like a rocket.
The other thing I wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
are the Tomb Raider games good?
Okay, so I only ever played Tomb Raider like 1 and 2, like the really old ones.
Yeah.
And I remember liking those, but I also played them when they came out. So that's information that's very old and kind of belongs to someone else's brain a little bit.
Okay.
I guess more water. I don't know. There's not really anything else here to buy that strikes me as even potentially useful.
I assume you just go around shooting things, jumping around.
Yeah, it has a very weird, there's a stiffness to the movement, but it's because a lot of the traversal stuff is actually a lot more puzzly than you might expect.
Okay.
So it's a very sort of like stiff, almost grid-based style of movement. So that you can, precisely set up jumps and stuff. It's actually really interesting. A friend of mine, a mutual friend of ours, has been playing through the remasters. They released like a rebuild of 1, 2, and 3, where they have the option of toggling. They have more modern graphics, and not like completely modern graphics, but like just sort of remastered, up-resed, better textures and stuff, and a more modern control scheme where you can just run around with the thumbsticks. And she says it actually makes the game harder to play in a lot of places because you can't get the same like very precise setups for your jumps and stuff. So she has been playing it with the old style movement. All right, let me tell you something. We're 15 minutes into this episode. I don't actually want to start this level, so I think what we're gonna do here, rather than play like 15 minutes of this level and then forget about everything before we come back, I think we're going to call it right here for today. That's going to be it for us right now. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we're out of the church and into a place that is almost certainly going to be packed with hammer haunts, right? Like,
yeah,
the setup they gave us is the most we really wanted to use that enemy setup I can imagine.
You're gonna find a letter that's gonna be like, "We're sorry, Sow and Bones."
No, we're not, because they're not. All right, come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.